And we are live. Good afternoon, travel advisors. Happy New Year. This is a new year. So, Nadia, Happy New Year to you.
Hello, Kay, and hello, travel advisors. Happy New Year to everybody.
I hope everybody's year is starting off right. I know mine is, at least professionally. So hopefully, you guys are as busy getting bookings as we are at the Buccaneer. Hi, Happy New Year, Kathy. So before I even got to tell everybody how you can communicate, Miss Kathy and Miss Michelle dropped a message into the chat. So if you guys have any messages, hi Melanie. Remember Melanie from the
Oh,
fam, Nadia? She jumped
hello,
on here.
Melanie. So nice to
So
see you.
if you guys have messages that you want to communicate, questions that you need for us to answer as we go along, just feel free to drop them in the chat. Um, even though we are very professional people, this is going to be an informal, kind of laid back presentation, kind of how your vacation experience would be at the Buccaneer, very laid back and very chill. But we want to make sure we answer all of your specific questions about not only the property, but also the destination. So if you have some specific questions about St. Croix, please feel free to put them in the chat as well. As most of you know, my background is USVI, but Nadia actually lives on St. Croix. She is the lucky one out of the two of us. So she gets to see beautiful St. Croix every single day.
It's
So,
always 8 and sunny here, Kay.
so if there is something that I don't have the answer to, I'm going to say, Nadia, please answer the question for me, please. So, gonna let a few more of you guys get in here. We've got about 67 folks already in. Just so you guys are aware as well, this is being recorded. So I know you guys always are asking, is it going to be recorded? Yes. So I will send this out to everyone at the end, should be available at the end of today. If not today, then tomorrow. And then I'll also post it on my Facebook page as well. So if you follow me, you can easily find the information there. And then if you don't get it, say you had to jump off or something like that, you want to share it with your colleagues, just shoot me an email and I'd be happy, more than happy to send it to you. So, okay, we're going to get into the presentation because we got a good crowd in here today. And I don't want to hold you guys too long because I know you're busy taking in a whole lot of bookings. And I know a lot of you on here have inquiries for the Buccaneer. So that's why you're here. You want to know what we have to offer. So we want to get into the information. As an additional reminder, today's presentation, we're going to focus on family travel and multi-generational travel. So this is a fantastic property for your clients who will be traveling as a family or a multi-generational group. So you're really going to get a whole lot of really good information. And I think a lot of you guys are going to be surprised at all of the things that the Buccaneer offers for our family guests. So let's dive into it. So the first thing I think it's necessary to do is kind of also introduce you to the island of St. Croix. I know the other two USVIs people maybe are more familiar with, but St. Croix is one of those beautiful gems of the Caribbean. It's gaining more and more notoriety. People are discovering the destination more. So we've got a whole lot of new people exploring this beautiful island. So as you can see from the pictorial, we are the largest of the three, or should I say four U.S. Virgin Islands. We also have Water Island. We are the most eastern of the U.S. Virgin Islands. And dare I say, probably the island that has the most history and culture for you to take in when you're down on island. So it's a really great place for people who like to explore and do things off the beaten path. So if you have those types of clients, definitely stay tuned for some more really good information about the destination. So we're just wrapping up our Cruisian Christmas Festival as well. It's one of our most culturally diverse experiences in the USVI. Each island does have its own carnival, but the Cruisian Christmas Festival is really, really one to really get into, especially if you're into the holiday markets and the Christmas markets, because we've got fireworks, we've got Santas on Mokojumbis, and we've got parades and food fair and just a whole lot of really culturally immersive activities for your clients to get into, especially for the kids. I always say, if you're traveling with kids, especially if you're coming to the Caribbean, I think most people who do bring their kids, they want their kids to kind of be more global citizens. And you don't want to just do, the typical things. You want to really explore and see what the destination has to offer and get a little bit of history and culture. So St. Croix is definitely an island where you can experience a very culturally diverse and immersive experience. In the USVI. So here's a map of St. Croix. Like I mentioned, it is the largest of the 4 U.S. Virgin Islands. So you can kind of see how the destination is situated and laid out. If you look to the left of the map, where you see all those dive flags, the red and white flags. So those are all dive sites all along that shore of St. Croix. So if you have clients who are divers and they haven't tried St. Croix yet, they're interested in exploring maybe a new destination for some diving, it's definitely one to keep on your radar. So really great destination for that. And then right to the top left of the island there, kind of that more shaded green, that's where you'll find our rainforest. So bet you didn't know you had that in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So it's a wonderful rainforest and lots of things to explore. And we'll get into that a little bit as we go through the presentation. So when you think about things to do and activities in St. Croix, this is a short list. I mean, it's a long list still, but it's a short list of some of the things that you can experience when you're in St. Croix. And it looks like a lot because there is a lot to do, but there's also nothing at all to do. If that's what you're interested in doing. I was just talking to the GM at the Buccaneer. Well, no, she told me explicitly that's not her title. What is Vicky's specific title?
She's the director of sales, and she works with Mario Aho.
So the director of sales. And, we were just kind of chitting and chatting about the typical guests at the hotel. And she said, Kay, we have clients who never even leave the property because it's just that relaxing, warm and inviting. And when you have 3 beaches to choose from on one property, which is one of the main things people come to the Caribbean for, you don't want to leave. So I think that is one of probably the best selling points about the Buccaneer. It looked like you were getting ready to say something else, Nadia.
No, I was just going to say that we are really fortunate with our placement. There's not only the 3 beaches like you mentioned, but there's also a lot of space, so you can be a little bit removed from all of the usual traffic and have quite a relaxed and enjoying time, but still find plenty to be engaged with whilst on property. So you're right about that.
That's true. That's true. So, like I said, you can get into a whole lot of stuff and stay busy, busy, busy. If that's your vacation personality, or if you're just looking to chill and relax, you can have that experience at the Buccaneer as well. But lots and lots of things to do on the island of St. Croix. So one of the things too that I love talking about, and I mentioned earlier, is the rainforest. Absolutely stunning, different environment to experience on the island of St. Croix. And one of the things that is so beautiful about St. Croix is just the landscape, how dramatic it is when you're driving along the shore of the island. It really can put you in the mindset of, like a Maui. But then with the rainforest being there and all the things you can explore through the rainforest, it really is one of those off the beaten path experiences. So we have ATV tours, Jeep tours. We have tide pools along the tour as well in the rainforest. So if you have those adventure seekers, kind of soft ecotourism type folks, this is a really, really great destination to really kind of get your feet wet and explore some off the beaten path activities. And then, of course, we have for our golfers, our athletic folks, the folks who go on vacation and are driven by golf destinations. We have stunning golf courses in St. Croix. And Nadia, where is one of those stunning golf courses located?
Right here at the Buccaneer Key.
So we have a stunning 18-hole championship golf course right for you there at the Buccaneer. So again, if your clients are looking to find their next golf destination, you have that as an option to explore when you come to St. Croix as well. Now, I know I love the rainforest and talking about the rainforest, but my absolute favorite, and anybody who has ever done a fam with me knows, Buck Island is my happy place. This is really, really truly a gem. Right off the coast of St. Croix, the whitest sand you'll ever see. And it's best for getting those good little sand scrubs in, get your skin all nice and soft. But the water is just so blue and just iridescent. Like this is a shot going out towards the actual reef. So Buck Island is an underwater U.S. national monument. So from here, it's protected. So that's is one of the reasons why the water is so beautiful and so clear. And then when you go out to the reef to go snorkeling, you'll see so much beautiful marine life. I've seen lobsters and stingrays and hundreds of schools of fish swimming together. Beautiful. It's like looking through an aquarium glass. It really is.
Yep.
So you can do half a day or full day sails out to Buck Island and really have probably one of the most beautiful experiences of your life. And I always love to include this shot because this could be me, this could be you, this could be all of us. All we have to do is get on a plane and go. Well, Nadia, she just probably goes every other weekend. I don't know. But
We certainly try to.
yeah, a lot of locals are always out at Buck Island because it's just a spot. It is the spot. So when you're sending your clients to St. Croix to the stay at the Buccaneer, you make sure they do get a trip out to Buck Island in because it is a must do. So did you know we have a bio bay in St. Croix? Yes. I mean, we're still on this whole ecotourism soft adventure kick, but that is something you can look into for your clients. Of course, it's dependent upon the full moon and all of that, but you do have that as an activity to take in. So again, you have three really great bucket list opportunities: a rainforest, an underwater U.S. national monument, a bioluminescence bay. Who knew, right? All this good stuff that you can experience on the island of St. Croix.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I always love to mention, and again, if you fammed with me, you know my little game, Nadia. I don't talk about certain things that happen on the fam, so don't ask. But we have probably over 100 sugar mill ruins, give or
Yep.
take, still standing on the island of St. Croix. So for those of you who don't know, at its height of sugar production, St. Croix was like the capital in the Caribbean of sugar production. So you're going to see all of these sugar mill ruins still kind of dotting the hillside at the Buccaneer. You'll see some as well. And it's one of those iconic structures that welcomes guests as they come in, drive up to the Buccaneer to check in. So it is really, again, especially for traveling with kids, an opportunity to really talk about the history of the Caribbean and how we all fit together in terms of our history, our present, and our future. So those are beautiful, beautiful ruins, and you can explore that main one right there when you drive up to the Buccaneer. Now, do you all call that sugar mill anything in particular, Nadia, or it's just your sugar mill that
No,
you?
it's just our sugar mill. And speaking of iconic and traditional things, we're hosting our weekly managers or owners welcome reception at the sugar mill on
Lovely.
property. And so, guests who are here get to experience the Moko Jumbies, the steel pan music. We also have hors d'oeuvres and cocktails, and Elizabeth Armstrong, our owner, is usually there. You get to meet the general manager and fellow guests. So Wednesday evenings is when we do that. And that, in addition to our private dining options at the Sugar Mill and our elopes or even larger weddings are perfect locations. Well, the Sugar Mill is a perfect location for all of that. So
I've seen
You
a
get
couple
to
of weddings.
experience.
Yeah, at the
Yeah,
sugar
no, I
mill.
mean it's
It's very pretty.
really really popular.
Yeah, it's very pretty. And then, like with your sugar mill right behind it, you have this beautiful background of greenery and the ocean, and it's just perfect. It really
Yeah,
is picture perfect right there.
it really is.
Cool, cool, cool. So, some other important historical things. Well, St. Croix, maybe you do or don't know, we are a National Historic Site, the whole island of St. Croix. So, we have so much living history. We're like a living, breathing museum. So, one of the things that we have that people love to explore are our forts. So, we have two in St. Croix, Fort Frederick and Fort Christiansburg. And they're just wonderful old structures to explore, to learn more about. Again, that history connecting our past to our present and then into our future. Beautiful old churches. A lot of people love exploring the churches that are through downtown Christiansted. And you can just walk from church to church exploring. These churches still hold services today. Some of them built as early as what, like the 1700s, Nadia? I hope I'm not going back too far.
1600s.
Yes. So there are historical walking tours available for your clients who are those history buffs and really want to get into that good history. And again, I think as I'm coming from a mom, it's a perfect opportunity to introduce your kids to the history of the place that
Yeah,
they're visiting.
absolutely.
So, okay, one of my favorite things, I know you said, Kay, everything is your favorite thing. Yeah, it is when it comes to St. Croix, but the food. Now, I'm a St. Thomian. I'm from St. Thomas, born and raised. But the food in St. Croix is très magnifique.
We
I'm
are
telling you
we
now.
are so fortunate, Kay. I mean,
Yes.
that is one thing that there's no shortage of. That's fine dining. You have Indian, there's
There's so
Caribbean,
many different
there
cultural
is
aspects to the
Asian,
food. Yes, yes.
Mediterranean. There's never a shortage of fresh seafood either. So there's always something for everyone.
Yes.
We really are very fortunate.
So,
Um,
and then when you think about dining on property, there are tons of options there on property. We have three dining options, and we'll get into that as the presentation goes on. But I mean, when people want to know, well, what else is there to eat? Oh my gosh, there's so many really good restaurants. A lot of them right there in Christiansted, which is
yep,
5 minutes from the hotel. So you're not far. If you are a foodie, you will be in foodie heaven when you come to St.
absolutely.
Croix. But then what I also love is so much of the good local cuisine is available right in Christiansted. So, you could get your callaloo, your curry goat, your Johnny cakes. You can really experience, the destination through food. And experience what it's like to be a Crucian in
Absolutely.
your vacation time here. And then, of course, don't forget the libations. I didn't put in too much because, again, it's so much to do. But we have two rum distilleries. You have Cruzan and you have Captain Morgan. They're both distilled on the island of St. Croix. And then you also have Mutiny Island Vodka, which is a vodka that we make in St. Croix and it's distilled from breadfruit. So, we have to be unique. So, you have a lot of different options in terms of really getting your grub on and really, really exercising your cuisine and your palate in St. Croix. So, I mentioned diving earlier. We have really great diving on the island of St. Croix as well. You will find you have lots of reefs, walls, wrecks, pier diving, shore diving, nighttime diving, all types of dives you can log when you do your vacation on the island of St. Croix. So, and then we do have a dive center on property too, right?
We don't, but the concierge can help with all of those arrangements for dive-in, horseback riding. If families want to arrange the Buck Island trips, private sail, sunset sails, or violin mess and kayak, the concierge are here to make all of those arrangements in advance for the guests.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because I mean, I know it looks like a lot of information, but the Buccaneer is there to kind of put it all together for you in a nice, neat package, and make it easy for you to figure out, okay, what do I want to do today? What do I want to do today? So
Yeah,
there's so
we're
many
here.
things. That's right. We're there to help you kind of map out your vacation with us. So when it comes to getting to us, Very easy to get to St. Croix. We've got lots of nonstop lift from the eastern seaboard of the United States. You have Atlanta, Charlotte. We just got some additional increased service that's kicked off in December. Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Puerto Rico. These are all the different carriers that you can find that fly into St. Croix. And then we also have the Whale. I didn't put the Whale on here. So have you had a chance to fly the Whale yet, Nadia?
I have, and it's incredible. It's so convenient, and it takes less than 20 minutes to get to St. Thomas, which is the best part. So we are super excited that it's here, and they will add increased airlift, from not only from St. Thomas but San Juan as well. So that's going to be very helpful.
Yes, so you have another option that is on the map and just really convenient to get back and forth
Hmm.
between St. Thomas. So if you do want to pop over there, or if you want to fly through St. Thomas to get to St. Croix, you have the Whale as an option. And then again, and also you could route your travel to Puerto Rico
Yeah,
coming up soon.
with a
And
promise to add additional destinations. So there will
so
be opportunities to get here.
And probably what I will do is, as things become available with the Whale, I'll post on my Facebook page so you guys can know there's another option to get your clients. Somebody said, "What is the Whale?" Okay, sorry. So the Whale is a new air carrier in the USVI. Are they based in St. Thomas, right?
They're based in St. Croix.
They're based in St. Croix. So they
Yes,
offer
yes,
airlift between those two islands, and then they're looking at Puerto Rico.
exactly.
So there may be some other destinations that they're going to add in. So Alexis and everybody else on here, just if you're not following me on Facebook, please do follow me. I'll start posting some things about the Whale there so you can kind of explore, take a look, and see how you like it. But Nadia's experienced it. I haven't done it yet. So we gonna take Nadia's word for it. That's a good experience, but it's a real cool option to get your clients around and back and forth and into the destination. So now we're going to get into the Buccaneer, and I'm going to stop talking for a little bit and let Nadia take over some and give you some good information about the destination with regard to the Buccaneer. So take it away, Nadia. You should have control on your side. If you don't, let me know. Click it again. There you go.
Awesome. Well, hello, everybody. And thank you, Kate. So fantastic to be with you and to be able to share more about the property that I love. Our property was owned and operated by the same family, the Armstrongs, for over 75 years. So that tradition has seen, three generations of Armstrongs in charge. Our current owner is Elizabeth Armstrong, and it is one of the Caribbean's longest standing family-owned resorts. So we are super proud of that legacy. We have clients who come from all over the world. The mission for the hotel is for guests to return, and that is something that we are super proud of. We have throughout the year many returning guests who come, and we try very hard with our team's help to make sure that every visitor becomes not only an ambassador for St. Croix, but returns. So that is expressed the best in our mission. We are on the east end of St. Croix, and the Christiansted town, which is one of the main towns, is just 2 miles away from us. Some of the things that guests enjoy when they come to the resort, besides our warmth and our friendliness and our genuine care for the guest experience, would be some of the amenities that we offer. Kids Camp, for example, that is a complimentary program that we offer to families with children. Anyone who's between the age of 4 and 12 gets to spend the day on the beach, in the kids camp room, making memories, creating mementos to take home with them. It's a free program for families. And so if you have families that have young children, we call them young Buccaneers, then they might find a place in kids camp.
And we used to have the program before that stuff that we're not going to call that C word.
That's right.
So this is like a re-entry. of the program.
Exactly. We relaunched it this winter, just this past holiday season or festive season. And so we continue to have good interest and are looking forward to, continuing to enjoy the program for many more years to come.
And I tell you, I can't tell you how many people would ask me, what about a kids club? What about something? No,
Right.
no, no. So this is a really big deal
It
that this
is.
is
We,
back
we
up and
certainly
running.
think so.
Mm-hmm.
And the families, those returning guests who would come year after year, we've had, many of their little Buccaneers grow up, and some even became assistant counselors during their vacation, would
Oh,
spend
isn't that
time
cute?
because
Okay.
they outgrew the program, but still wanted
Right.
to be part of the program. So they would come
Right.
and sort of be assistants during the day. And so that's always a fun experience to look back on.
That is nice.
Yeah. So in addition to that, we have the three beaches like we spoke about before, two of which are serviced with beach attendants. We offer complimentary kayaks, paddleboard, snorkel gear, the little beach toys for the kids. Um, there are beach games set up at both the Grotto and the Mermaid. And there are two freshwater pools. So one at the Grotto Beach or Beauregard Bay, and then the other one near the main hotel, which is more of a lap pool and great for privacy and, if you would like to be in a space where it's probably only going to be you, then that would be the beach for you. Um, there are uh, also at the Grotto Beach, we do our weekly bingo classes, and you can sign up for a lot of the activities that the beach team puts on. So that would involve the bingo, the crab races, the introduction to snorkeling and scuba, or family treasure hunt. So there's always something fun to do.
And there's like a lot of non-motorized water sports that the families can partake in together.
That's right. And the paddle boards, when we introduced them about 3 years ago, was such a big hit. Um, and you can see on the screen the family doing the kayaking. That is something that most families can enjoy together. There are single kayaks and double kayaks available for all of the guests. This
And you
is
know what else I was going to say too? Because I know with my son, the basketball
right.
goals that are there, the soccer setup. So, especially for the older kids,
That's
those
right.
things can keep them entertained for forever. And then the cornhole. So
Exactly. I was
my
about
son
to
would
say.
have me out there all day and he'd be like, please, I can't take it anymore. But he would want to play all day. So,
That's right. And, we had an organization that organized a cornhole tournament this year for
did
the
you
first time in
really?
Ireland. I know. So you never know. Maybe that might come to our shores soon.
Okay. Okay.
Um, we have, at the resort, I saw a question on whether we were all inclusive. We are not. We are self contained and so can provide shopping, dining, aside from sleep-in. Um, but we offer 138 guest rooms and suites. And there are rooms in the main hotel, which we call the Great House, which was one of the original buildings when the property opened up as an inn in 1947. There are mostly ocean view rooms. There's one category that faces the hillside and some of the property, and we call that the mountain view room. Um, and everything else will offer an ocean view room, and every single room at the hotel will offer an outdoor private balcony. So no matter where you're staying, you'll be able to experience the great outdoors. And like I said before, it's always 88 and sunny.
And
Um,
two, you guys, there is no bad view from any of the rooms at the Buccaneer.
Indeed.
And I think
Um,
that the agents that I had on the last fam, that really made an impression on them. Like every room had just stunning views. It was really quite spectacular.
we really are, and everything is designed to sort of be an intimate retreat. So no matter what room you're in, you're going to have that experience, and being able to be outside when it is 20 degrees or below in America during the winter is, um, you know, I think, value added. Um, we have the luxury beachside doubloons. Those are considered our honeymoon suite. So if you have a couple that is interested in doing something a little bit more upscale, or if they're coming to celebrate a special occasion like a honeymoon, like an anniversary, those rooms are designed with a more modern approach. There's a beautiful walk-in closet. You have a whirlpool tub in the bathroom, and it's right on the water. So intimately placed close to the Mermaid, where you'd go for lunch or dinner, or the cabanas, which are available to rent as well. You also have the deluxe ocean front rooms. Those are all along the shoreline, and they're probably our most popular rooms. There are about 50 of them, and they form a horseshoe along the cliffside of the property. Some will offer a more intimate view, so there's more foliage, some of the golf course, some of the ocean in that view, and then the others will just be an open ocean view. And so if you're looking online, you'll see two categories: one that says garden view and one that says just ocean front. And if you have any questions at any time about rooms, placements, bed-in, our team, our reservations team is on site. So you can give us a call or send us an email.
And guys, I want to say this too. Nadia has been, and the team on Island has been wonderful in working with all requests that have come through me in terms of, okay, I have a client, the room says it's 2 beds, but I just need 1 bed. Bam, Nadia got it. So if you
It's
have,
really, really helpful, Kay, honestly. Um, it's really helpful to be able to, Mario, to be able to talk with the agents and the guests before they come. So we actually prefer um, to have the agents reach out to us anyway. So even if they don't need anything, just to say, I'm sending my clients, to the hotel. I appreciate that. And I like being able to connect with the agents. And we also send an amenity to the guests coming in on behalf of the travel agents at no additional cost. So I think
so that
that's
you have to let
wonderful.
me know, guys, when you have clients coming down,
Yeah.
because I can say, hey, Nadia, we got to get a nice little card, amenity for this agent's clients. And we've been doing that quite a bit. So
Yeah.
that's a really nice personal touch.
Yeah, exactly.
And then let me ask you too, Nadia, we got a question about occupants, maximum occupancy for some of these rooms. And I know you and I had talked about that ahead of the webinar to make sure, like there are
Yep.
certain rooms that I'm like, oh, this would be perfect because we can put my son in the front room. He can
Right.
sleep on the sleeper sofa and he has his own
Right. And so
TV.
the
Yes, but
great
which
house suite that
room?
we see here is a single bedroom suite, but the sitting room offers a day bed. There is room for an additional pull-out to be placed, or even 2 pull-outs. So this works well because it does have an additional bathroom, a separate entertainment area, a separate closet. And so the parents will have their master, and you can see in the picture in the background the balcony, which is probably one of the larger balconies on property. It's covered, but with spectacular views of the water. So these are fantastic suites for someone who needs the extra space, the extra bathroom. It's conveniently located in the main hotel as well. It's downstairs on that first floor, so an easy walk over to
Mhm.
breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah. This room is really perfect, guys, for just like if it's a mom and dad and like a smaller child.
Correct.
Perfect.
Yeah, and the family cottages, these are along the hillside, so sloping down towards the water. You have the master bedroom with the king. And then on the children's side, there are 2 twin beds with a trundle. And the 2 spaces connect through the bathroom. And then there's a private entrance on the parents' side as well as the children's side. And these are so popular. They offer a nice outdoor sitting area with a table, 4 chairs, and 2 chaises.
Mhm.
And they have water views as well.
I actually just had an agent this week asking me about the difference between the deluxe oceanfront and the family cottage. I'm like, well, get some privacy if you do the family cottage. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
And they're similar in price point, but if you have a family with small children, then the family cottage usually makes sense to do, because it gives you a little bit extra privacy. The placement, there's a beautiful lawn in front of your balcony or patio area. Um, and then it just, it lends itself better for a family vacation. Of course,
Yeah.
some families opt to do the ocean fronts because they're closer to the water, and you can add an additional room to interconnect. So during the summer, we would actually give that second room for the family needing the extra space 50% off, which is a pretty big deal.
And we'll talk about that promotion at the end here, guys. So we'll have information on some really good family promotions for you to share with your clients.
Yeah. So the Frigate Suite is another suite that is closer to the water. There's the master bedroom with the king, and then the living room has the 2 day beds that we can convert into sleepers if you need it, or we could bring in a rollaway. The nice thing about the Frigate Suite is that it offers the interconnection to the Frigate room or to the Ficus Suite, which we'll come to in just a minute. And then there are 2 bathrooms in that space as well. And it's right above the Grotto Beach and pool.
Now, this one is my favorite.
And I think everyone who came on the fam quite enjoyed it too. So this
Yes.
is the Ficus Suite. It's the only 2 bedroom, 3 bathroom suite. It is self-contained with a kitchenette. There's a full-size fridge, a dishwasher, coffee maker,
Washer and dryer.
a washer and dryer, and a toaster oven. There is a whirlpool tub in the master of that suite. And then you have the interconnectivity to the Frigate Suite next door if you need extra space. And we've had some families do that because they just needed the extra room.
Before you go too far, Nadia, we got a question about the capacity of the Frigate Suite.
So it depends. So if you have 2 small children, you could do 4 with 2 in that sitting room that I showed you. I'll just go back. And then if you had, so these would be made up in the evening. And then I have had families with small babies in a pack and play that we would also add to bring that up to 5. The Ficus Suite would be 6, max capacity 6. And that would have 2 either small children or adults on the pullouts. And the pullouts are the size of I would say a full. And there's one in the foyer that you see here. And then the second one is in the sitting room. This is a shot of the Ficus Suite balcony that shows you the grotto pool and beach in the background, sorry. This is the first bedroom of the Ficus Suite. As soon as you enter, this would be on the right side. And then this is a shot of the main bedroom. That's your living room. It's such a well-appointed space, and being able to have the washer and dryer really makes a difference for families.
And the size beds in the Ficus Suite, they're
kings. They're 2 kings.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thanks. The Buccaneer also added several years ago a villa to its portfolio. And so we call that the Beach House at Whistle Point. It's an easy walk from the Mermaid Beach on site along the cliffside to Whistle Beach and up the hill. Or you can drive with the Bellman or in your rental car that actually comes with the home rental from Shoy's to the Buccaneer, and that's less than 5 minutes drive in. And with the beach house, you have the option to rent 6 bedrooms. If you don't decide to rent all 6 and the others not used are just closed off, so it's exclusive to your family. Comfortably could accommodate up to 12 people. You could do 14 because there is one space that would offer 2 queen beds. And then the carriage house does also offer 2 pullouts. So sometimes we use that for families that are looking for a little bit more space and they have extra children traveling. it is perfect for a multi-generational group because all of the rooms are unique. There is a little bit of separation, but you're still intimately connected. Um, and the home comes with its own washer and dryer. All of the bedrooms are en suites, and there is the dining area, the full size kitchen, um, and attentive services of me personally. I would work with you on the booking, and our guest experience supervisor who would serve as the butler for the home throughout the time that you're here.
So, guys, if you do have a family, especially a larger family, this really is the perfect option
Yeah.
for the family on Secure. And then they also have amenities that they can use on property as well, right?
Correct, and that's one of the major selling points. You are registered as a hotel guest, and so you have full access to all of the hotel amenities. You are able to enjoy breakfast at the terrace. We offer our concierge services and planning. The rental car is included, like I mentioned. All of the water sports available to hotel guests are available to you. And that's not typical for a villa rental. And I think, I know that we are unique in St. Croix in that respect. Um, and the the space in itself is just delightful. So we're really proud of this addition to
It is,
our
guys.
offerings.
And you can skip to the next slide. But I've had the privilege to stay at the villa, and it really is quite nice. Lots of privacy, your own private pool on property there. So, it really has all the comforts of home, but then you also have the stunning views, the beach and golf course. I mean, it's just really quite fabulous. Now, someone is also asking about the kind of car that comes with the villa rental.
It's a minivan.
So you
So
have
it's,
lots of room to transport
so
everyone,
it's
your
it's seven
luggages.
passenger, and families are welcome to upgrade that to a larger 12 passenger vehicle, which they pay for the upgrade, or add additional vehicles. And some families do that.
Hmm. Hmm. So there you go.
Yeah, so we would cover the cost of the rental. The guest provides a credit card for the renter's hold and any additional upgrades, insurance, or add-ons, like if you needed the car seat, for example.
Right.
Yeah. All
So
right.
now we're going to get into this dining. We've got a lot of questions about if we're all inclusive. Want to know about the food. How do people go off property a lot to eat? So I'll let
Um,
you answer some of those questions, Nadia.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm not looking at the questions right now, but I look forward to going over them
Hmm.
after we go through the slides. But we offer the breakfast, and that's a full American buffet breakfast. We offer lunch at the Mermaid or Beauregards, and Beauregards on the beach offers sushi. This winter, we will be doing Friday at Beauregards, and so dinner will also be served on Friday evenings at Beauregard's restaurant, and that offers probably, I mean, the mermaid views are exceptional, but the location of the bar at Beauregard's is really stunning. And
Hmm.
if you experience the sunset at Beauregard's, at least once during your holiday, I'm sure it would make for a really memorable experience. We
And
also
it's also just
offer,
a great spot for like pre-dinner drinks,
yeah,
just
it
hang out,
absolutely is.
grab a cocktail.
It really, really is. We completed the build of that after the storms, a year after the storms in 2017, and it's been a really big hit since then. So I'm excited to share it with all of you.
Hmm.
Um, Private dining is also available, like I mentioned before, at the Sugar Mill or in one of our cabanas, and you would work with the events team on that. Um, the wedding couples, folks celebrating an anniversary. I actually had this past Christmas, a returning guest family, a multi-generational returning guest family, celebrated their Christmas there, and that was the seventh time they did that, and had a lovely dinner for 12 in the Sugar Mill.
And you
Um,
know what? I tell you, the best Thanksgiving, I mean, I love family, but the best ones like holiday times is to travel. So you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to cook, you don't have to, clean up, you don't have to, and you can really just enjoy the experience of being together. So when you can do that in a destination like St. Croix, man, that's it.
Yes, indeed. I think we are very fortunate to be able to offer options for everyone. Um, you're looking at a picture of the Mermaid Restaurant um, on the beach, and this is a shot of the terrace at evening, just as dinner service was beginning. The terrace bar also offers an amazing 360-degree view. You can see
Mhm.
Christiansted, um, ocean, and some of the islands on a clear day.
It's beautiful
Yeah.
from that spot. As a quick question about any kind of special dietary needs that guests would have. Do we do anything in particular there?
Yeah.
Specifically, someone was asking about celiac disease.
Yeah, easy to accommodate. Most of the menu items will indicate whether it's gluten free, and if there's an allergy, we invite folks to let us know when they make their reservation. And when we're putting dinner reservations together for you, we also advise the restaurant hostesses so that they can be prepared. But whatever the dietary need is, be it an allergy, a preference, um, an intolerance to something, we're happy to accommodate.
Now, I've got another question, and I know you want to talk about this.
Hmm.
Does dinner have live music? Because I know we've got some stuff going on at dinner time that we want to make sure everyone knows about.
We do. So during the week, there are so many opportunities for entertainment. On Monday evenings, the fire dancers come to the Mermaid at Girl Night. And then on Tuesday, the Moko Jumbies come to Marketplace. And that's like a little shopping bazaar, like a pop up that happens on a Tuesday evening. Um, on Wednesday, we have the Moko Jumbies come along with the steel pan player to the welcome reception with the owner. And then on Thursday, and we also have Steve Katz in the dining room on that evening as well. And then on Thursday, Friday, Saturday evenings, there is live entertainment, either a soloist or a band in the terrace lounge during dinner. So there's always something happening on every evening.
So we keep the party going at the Buccaneer.
Yeah, that's right. That is right.
So we're getting
Um,
ready to get into the golf, the tennis, the spa, but we have a question about golf in
okay.
terms of the cost for a round of golf.
Okay. Uh, on average, don't hold me to this, but I believe that's about 180 to include the cart, clubs, and the round for 18 holes per person. And the rate changes seasonally, so it will be a little less during the summer.
Cool.
And there are continuing along the vein of sports available, there are 8 tennis courts. We have 2 which have lights, so you can play later in the day. There is a tennis pro shop, which is actually connected to our fitness center, and the fitness center is open to all of our guests. And then we also have the spa services, so you can do a host of any number of body treatments in addition to hair services and nail services. So there's a little bit of something for diversion for everyone.
Got 2 more quick questions for you. Any
Yeah.
fishing available right off the resort?
No fishing off of the resort. We love nature, and we celebrate the ocean, and do our best to conserve and ensure that our entire team respects the land. The only thing we will allow fishing for are lionfish, and even with that, you would need to practice all of the appropriate dive in and safety precautions, and maybe have a conversation with me if you want to help with that. They are terribly invasive and harmful to humans. So, but other than that, everything else gets to live in harmony here on our reefs and close to our shore.
And then we have a question. We've talked about this before about pickleball. on property?
That is gaining in popularity, and the requests are coming in.
Mhm.
We several years ago hosted a tournament, but the courts are not currently set up for pickleball. There is pickleball pretty close, less than 10 minutes away, further east at the Reef. So if anyone needs information on that, I can certainly direct them. But for now, just tennis.
Cool.
Thanks for fielding the questions.
Oh, I'm trying, but we got a lot more.
I look forward to seeing them. And so for special events, we had just recently a returning guest who brought his great granddaughter here to get married, along with all of the parents
Oh,
and siblings. It was absolutely amazing.
nice.
We can accommodate, I would say up to 80 people in a wedding party, but our special events team can also assist with, meetings and other incentive groups. So whether it's a wedding, an incentive trip, or a meeting, we can accommodate. So
So we have a dedicated team that
we
deals with
do.
just group events, including weddings.
We do, and they're on site and really hands on and responsive to all inquiries. So
Cool,
we
very
look forward
nice.
to being able to assist with planning a trip.
So we're going to close out with some information on some promotions that we currently have running to the Buccaneer that would be fabulous for your, not just your family clients for this particular one, but any client who's interested in coming down, especially if you've heard something today that you are thinking it would be perfect for a particular client you have in mind. Just remind your clients that they haven't traveled since last year, so it's time to book a trip for the new year. So our new year travel deal, if you book by the 30th of this month, you can travel on it now through December 21st. So that's a really big travel window. So if you have clients who, anytime in 24, they're looking to travel, this is a good one to make sure you get in front of them. There is a 5-night minimum stay on it, and it is applicable to the Great House Ocean View or higher room category, which we talked about all of those on today's webinar. 10% commission is offered on this, and there is a $250 credit per booking. So some of that fun stuff we talked about, like dining and golf and tennis and spa, you can apply that credit towards getting in some of those really great activities on property. So if you're thinking, well, how do I book this? You can call or email me or Nadia. But if you call me or email me, I'm going to send you straight to Nadia. But that's fine because it's always good to have multiple people in the mix when you're looking
Exactly.
to do some of these bookings. So if you need to reach out to me or to Nadia, either one of us can assist you in making sure we get this book. So Nicholas, yes. So this particular commission is only through direct booking. We are with some tour operators, however. So if you see something good on a tour operator's website that we're with, we invite you to book it that way as well. I would ask if you are booking through a tour operator, still shoot me an email because if you like the idea of that personalized note going along with the booking when the client arrives, just shoot me a note so I can say, hey Nadia, I got an agent who just booked you through dot dot dot. Can we do XYZ ABC?
Yeah.
So still keep me in the loop if you decide not to do it direct and you go through one of our trusted valued tour operators. We still want to know that you send us those clients. And then for our families, Nadia touched on this briefly in her presentation, but we do have a 2-bedroom special. Nadia, take it away.
So, like I mentioned before, so families with 2 adults and up to 3 children, 18 and under, get to enjoy 2 bedrooms instead of, one cramped space. And the benefits, to that family is that they get the 2 bathrooms, the extra beds, and the interconnected space. You have a choice of a luxury ocean view on the ridge, or you could do something near the water, on the beach in the deluxe ocean front, or depending on the age of the children, you could do an additional 2 of the luxury beachside doubloons. So we're here to accommodate, the families, the growing families. We understand that, it's expensive when you have even one child. So that is our commitment to making sure that everybody can still come.
And families are growing, they're blended, people are like family, and so this is a great promotion
Yeah.
to help keep those families together while they're on vacation. And guys, this is an open booking window, so it's one of those evergreen promotions, so to speak, but
Yeah.
the travel window on it is April 16th through December 19th. So think summer vacation.
Correct.
Think maybe a little bit of spring break if you have a late spring break. Fall break. We
Yeah.
have fall break here in Atlanta. So, you have a lot of different opportunities where this would probably work well for your family clients. So just think about that. I'm going to shift to this slide because a lot of people have been asking how to get in touch with Nadia. What's her email address? I need to get to Nadia. So this is her email here. I'm going to leave this screen up while we kind of scroll through to get to some of these questions. Okay,
Yeah.
Nadia?
And I'll take that
Um,
first. So Jody is in here asking about the two-bedroom special.
yes.
Jody, if you have a grandparent, so if it makes it three adults and the two or maybe even three children, we would accept that. So, you just need to ask and we'll accommodate the request. We understand that the grandparents are to be counted with the family as well.
So again, another good plug for keeping in touch with
Yeah.
me and Nadia
We
because
would do a maximum of three adults, that we would not do four.
yeah, okay, that's good information to have.
Mhm.
Okay, so I guess that kind of does answer Susan's question. Can you put four adults in the family? So we're saying three is the max on that.
Correct.
Okay. Maureen is asking any particular benefits for booking direct that you have not mentioned. Um, I'll let you kind of handle that one, no,
Yeah,
Nadia.
yeah. So it depends. First of all, we feel that the direct connection with the guests and even with the agents really makes a difference in the guest experience. We can understand what the needs are. We can guide better. We can ensure that the pricing is the lowest available, and we can also talk about potential upgrades at no additional cost. So there is always going to be something I can do that you might not get from bundling with a wholesaler.
And I think, like you were saying, just to piggyback on that, just individual personalized attention when you have really specific questions, because we've
Yep.
had clients who, needed to know how many beds are in the room and can I switch it to this instead of that? And can I
Yep.
move them here and there? So, if you really want to kind of drill down and kind of make sure you're getting exactly what you think you're getting,
Yep.
it's always good to have that personal touch
Yeah.
between
And even
Nadia
if
and
it makes most sense to do it through a consolidator because of whatever reason, then email or call us anyway.
exactly. And then again, if you want get some of those little personalized notes in the room, things
Yeah.
like that, just let me know you're sending clients down, even if you didn't book them direct. We still want to know who you
Yeah.
are and that you have clients coming with us
Yeah.
to stay with us. Pamela is asking about marketing material. So we are on Facebook. The Buccaneer Hotel is where you can find us on Facebook. We're also on Instagram as well. I believe also the handle is the Buccaneer Hotel.
It is.
You can also find some content if you're into, some additional social media channels with me on TikTok as well. I love doing kind of the more off the beaten path type stuff that kind of gets people interested and exciting about the destination. So yes, you can find it there. These flyers that I've created, I'd be happy to send to you guys. I often post them on my Facebook page as well. So it's just easy for you to grab it and send it out to your clients or post it on your pages or anything like that. Catherine is asking about bedding configuration in the luxury ocean view.
What did she ask?
She's saying, can you tell me what the bedding configuration is in the luxury ocean view room?
Ah, okay. It's either one king or two queen beds.
Okay, very good. Here we go. Does the Buccaneer? Hi, Wendy. Hey, Wendy. I remember you girl. Wendy wants to know, does the Buccaneer offer snorkel equipment that they can take to Buck Island? So
Yes, and actually, Wendy is already reserved for her anniversary at the beach house this
yes, she
summer. So we're
is.
excited to meet her. And Wendy, you'll have snorkel gear. We'll provide that for you at the home. And so you can use it, wherever you'd like during the time you're here.
So that's for the villa guests, but
Correct.
the hotel guests, do you
Yep,
think
same thing.
same
You
thing?
can you can
Okay,
check
yeah.
it out from the beach shack.
And I'll tell you guys a story about Wendy. Like we are saying, just reach out to us. Wendy just reached out to me on Messenger on Facebook. And we went back and forth, 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 sending her information. And so she was interested in the villa, and we got her taken care of. So again, if you need to get in touch with somebody who's going to respond, I'm a real person, Nadia's a real person. We'll work with you to get your clients booked to whatever it is that they need. Miss Kimber is asking about if our rooms are handicap accessible.
They are. So we offer accommodation for, any manner of, ability. And so we would just need to know what the needs are and we'll accommodate.
Awesome. Chris is asking about information on FAMs. So we did our first FAM, K. Milliner Kitchens Consulting, with the Buccaneer in November. It was wonderful. I hope we'll be doing one maybe again, maybe early summer. I don't know yet, so stay tuned, Chris. If any of you guys are not in my database, which you should be if you received an invitation for this session, just shoot me your email. But usually what I do is I send out an email invite to participate in a FAM, and then we just go from there. You apply and we go from there. Jody is asking if the villa has a 7-night minimum. She says, I see the rates. Is the pricing by the week?
It is by the week and based on the number of bed-ins and the season. So it is a Saturday to Saturday rental. There are very few times in the year when we can do anything less than that. So reach out to me and we can talk about your needs, because it really also does not fit everyone. So I like to have conversations about what to expect. And then we can provide pricing and take it from there.
Right. Awesome. Travel agent rates. Do we have any travel agent rates that we're offering?
We do. And that typically is a 50% discount, off of any ocean view room or higher. During September, we may even throw a couple of free nights in. So come on
Ooh.
down.
All right. I need to come on down for that too then.
Bring them with you.
Yes, bring everybody with me. Do we have a hotel fact sheet available? Miss Carrie is
Yes, we
asking
can.
that.
Yes, we can get that to you.
Free shuttle to Christiansted.
It's not free, but it is discounted, lower than the regular taxi rates, and that goes into town 3 times a day.
What are the tennis courts base? I guess is it clay or I hope I'm
It
saying it
is
right.
lake hold,
Okay.
so it's like a hard surface, but not clay.
So Miss Tanya is asking if spa services are included. They are available, but no,
But
not
not included.
included. Yes. And
Spa, golf, tennis would be additional.
I actually had the opportunity to treat some of our agents on the last FAM to the spa. I didn't get to do it, but they said it was wonderful. So it's definitely something worth taking advantage of if your clients are coming down to spend some time with us at the Buccaneer. And I'm
Absolutely.
just scrolling through here to see if I missed any questions, because I think I did answer most of them. Yes, Maureen, we are able to help with special requests. Even if you book through a tour operator, you can definitely still reach out to us, and we'd be more than happy to assist you any way we can. Miss Jennifer is asking, how far out in advance can we book a wedding?
I don't know. I guess once they say I do.
So basically, we book bookings or wedding bookings
Yeah.
however far in advance we need to.
Yeah. Once we have the interest, then we check the availability and
And go
yeah.
from there.
Yeah,
Giovanni asked, "What are summer temperatures?" Well, Giovanni, is hot all the time.
it really
Uh,
is 88 and sunny year round.
yeah, it's a warm, sunny destination. So, I wouldn't particularly say it's more hot, like so you can't deal with it kind of heat, but I mean, it's hot.
Right, it's
So,
warm, and there's
yeah,
probably a little bit more moisture in the air than in America, where it's a drier heat.
right,
But it is very pleasant. We have the trade winds, so I think,
exactly.
yeah, you would be surprised. It's probably, let me see if I can ask Siri. Yeah, it's like 89 degrees right now.
Hmm. Miss Destiny was asking, and I think I did answer, if we could hold a wedding with 30 to 60 guests. Most
Yes,
definitely.
easy to do.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We do not have heated pools
No,
at the Buccaneer. It's really warm, so
yep.
we should be okay. Here's a question. How long does it take to get from the eastern side of the island to the western side of the island?
It depends on the number of drink stops, I would say. It is, I mean, if you did it intentionally without stopping, maybe 45 minutes.
Okay, I think that's
Um,
a good accurate number.
yeah, but there's so much to explore along the way.
Yeah, you want to stop everywhere and
Hmm.
check out. I mean, you got to stop at Chicken Shack, you got to stop at Mutiny, you got to stop at Leatherback. Yeah, you got to stop. So
Exactly.
you just got to try everything out.
Yep.
Miss Alexis is asking, how long does it take to get from the airport to the hotel?
About 25 minutes, half an hour.
Yep, yep, not far at all. So you see, and it's a really nice drive over. It's not, it's a good drive going from the airport to the hotel. So you really, it's really really nice ride over. What's the best way to transfer from the airport to the resort, or should guests rent a car? I used
Um,
to get that question a lot. What do you usually say, Nadia?
yeah, we recommend a rental car for families, for sure. It just makes more sense.
Yeah,
Taxis are available, and they can provide a mix of challenges because they don't always accept credit cards, and there isn't like a booking agency that you can call and schedule something. Um, you do have to make an effort to contact them ahead of time, and allow uh, a cushion for delays.
right.
Um, you
But you
know,
know what I like to say too? St. Croix is the easiest of the three to navigate with driving, because a lot of people are like,
yeah,
"Oh, I couldn't drive on the left." Yes, you can. And St. Croix is not as hilly as St. Thomas and St.
exactly.
So, you have less of the factor as you're driving along. So, feel very comfortable driving in St. Croix, because it's just easy to do. And again, it allows you that more freedom to kind of see the expanse of the landscape, especially to drive out to Point Udall, which is another great spot that, again, there's so much going on in St. Croix. It's hard to put everything in, but that's a fantastic drive.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful to drive out that way. So, guys, I think I've got all the questions answered. If I did not answer your question, please feel free. The email addresses are there to email either myself or Nadia. I know several of you have sent Facebook requests. Several of you have liked and are following the Buccaneer Hotel on Facebook. Remember, we're also on Instagram. So make sure you follow us there as well. Nadia, I think the next time we meet, we should talk about weddings, because we had a lot of inquiries here about weddings. So
Yeah.
let's take a deep dive into weddings, what we offer, and just how stunningly beautiful our weddings are at the Buccaneer, because
Yeah.
it's really fantastic.
Happy to do that. And then I just wanted to circle back. I had two notes. There is no brand, so this is independently owned and operated here at the hotel. Um, that was one of the earlier questions I saw.
Okay.
And whilst we would love it, and there used to be one, there are no current direct flights from New York to St. Croix. You could to St. Thomas, but you might as well fly directly into St. Croix. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So hopefully we'll see that one day return into St.
indeed,
Croix,
that is
because
our hope.
yeah, that Northeast market is really, really good for us. But,
Yeah.
If your clients are interested in having a different experience, a new experience, someplace that their friends and family has not traveled to before, so they can come back and say all the fun things that they did, that little connection is not going to be that bad. It's not.
Yeah.
Because we've got great nonstop out of Charlotte, Atlanta, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. So you still do have some nonstop options to get into us. So thank
Yeah.
you guys again. Nadia, do you have anything in closing?
No, that's it. Thank you all so much for being here. It really means a lot to us. We love, being able to connect with the travel agents. We know that you are the go-between, the guests and them being here and us showing them a good time. So thank you for trusting us with your clients, and we wish everyone an amazing year.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Nadia. And thank you, guys. We'll see you on the next webinar. Have a good rest of your day. And Happy New Year again.
Happy New Year, everybody.